Hello and welcome to Miss Susan's Garden of Reading. Today we're reading a book called Wake Up, Wilson Street. This would be a good book to read in the morning. Here on this first page we see all the rooftops and the moon still quite high in the sky. Then we see the sky getting lighter and the moon is starting to set. And lighter still, and the moon is almost down. Lots of people live on Wilson Street, but Nana and little Joe are always the first ones up. "You're an early bird," says Nana, "just like me." "Shh," says Nana, as they tiptoe down the stairs. "Mommy and Daddy are still asleep." "Shh," says little Joe. "They are quiet as mice." Nana makes 2 cups of cocoa, and little Joe puts a marshmallow in each cup. "Yum, yum," says Nana. "Yum, yum," says little Joe. They sit in the big rocker and look out the kitchen window. Little Joe is snuggled up in Nana's lap. "Wake up, Wilson Street," says Nana, "but it's still dark." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birds on the telephone wire. The sky is getting lighter. Here comes Charlie the paper boy. He's on his bicycle. He wears a red hat. He has newspapers in his basket, and he throws one up against the front door. Whomp! "We'll leave it there," says Nana. "We're not in any hurry." Mrs. Kopak is the next person up. She opens her front door and bends down for her paper. Then she looks at the sky. It's going to be a fine Saturday. She sees Nana and little Joe in the window and she waves. They wave back. Then Mrs. Kopak starts to sweep her front porch. "She likes to get a jump on the day," says Nana. Next, Mr. Oakley comes out of his house. Everybody calls him the Duck Man. He is carrying a big paper sack. Nana and little Joe look down the street. This morning there are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ducks waddling along the sidewalk to Mr. Oakley's house. He feeds them every day. "Quack, quack," says the ducks. "Quack, quack," say Nana and little Joe. "Quack, quack." Down the street, Nana sees the shade go up on the windows of Mr. Vernell's grocery store. Next, the door opens and Mr. Vernell carries a big basket of tomatoes outside. Then he carries out a big basket of corn. "Corn," says Nana. Mmm, says little Joe. "Look," says Nana, pointing out the window. 2 squirrels. "Look," says little Joe. Next door, Mrs. Gregory comes outside with her easel and her paints. She is painting a picture of her house, which is white with red shutters and a red chimney. Mrs. Gregory always wears a straw hat. Mrs. Kopak walks across the street to have a look. "An artist needs to catch the morning light to paint," says Nana. Now Mr. Morris comes outside with a bucket of soapy water and 2 sponges. He is going to wash his car before it gets too hot. The sun is growing higher in the sky. Victoria is going to help her father. He gives her a blue sponge to dip in the bucket. She likes to see her face in the clean hubcap. What a funny mirror, says Nana. Now Nana and little Joe hear noises coming from upstairs. Here comes Mommy in her pink bathrobe. Good morning, says Mommy, and she gives little Joe a kiss. Have you two had your breakfast yet? Not yet, says Nana, and little Joe shakes his head. We've been too busy. Finally, Daddy comes downstairs. He is always the last one up on a Saturday morning. His face smells like shaving cream, and he kisses little Joe. Good morning, everybody, says Daddy, and he yawns a big yawn. My, we're all up early today. Are we all up early? Nana and little Joe look at each other, but don't say a word. They know they're the real early birds. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope you're doing well and having fun this summer. You take care now. Goodbye.